Hi, I'm Kris North. I've put this together to help people find out a bit more about NLP, whether it's to help yourself or to help others. It works for both. That's perfectly normal, isn't it? To want a better life. To achieve your ambitions and fulfill your desires, solve problems, let go some baggage, drop a few unnecessary habits, especially the more expensive ones, and lose a few fears or phobias. Funny enough, once we've started on something, it seems to spread into other areas, a kind of vicious cycle of well-being, satisfaction, achievement, from the magnificent to the mundane.
I've learned something completely foreign and alien to me in a completely foreign alien way, and I feel like I've really achieved something from that. That gives me a great feeling.
And be part of something that's really trusting and a very safe space.
Everybody has a dream. Everybody has an idea of what they might like to be, how they might like to be. Better looking, more confident, more in command and control. And sometimes they might have lost that dream. Life happens when you've made other plans.
We learn to speak each other's language. The language of the visual, if you see what I mean, or the language of the auditory, if you hear what I'm saying. The language of the kinesthetic, if you catch my drift, yes. Smell the freedom, how does it taste? The sweet smell of success.
Yeah, I'm taking away something new, which I can practice and use.
Taught me to find like true power.
Thank you, Kris, for helping me to conquer my fear of cameras.
Whenever I see a rat, I'll think of you now.
And goodness me, you know, you will be amazed, they will be amazed at how much more they are able to cope with the situations which in the past might have caused them perhaps a little bit of stress. Now, isn't this a wonderful gift to be able to give people? But you're not actually giving it, are you? You're just opening the doors for them to see what's already there, so they can reorganize the way they think about things and use it. And as long as you test, operate, test again, until you're absolutely convinced, and they are convinced, that they have these extra resources available to hand, then you've done your job.
For me, the most amazing thing about NLP is that you can achieve a change in such a short time.
It's okay for other people to have different realities from me, and I can accept that.
You really can change someone's perception of the world. It's been proven this week.
It's a simple process to find motive and then to associate it with the desire. Think of a time when you felt wonderful, any time, from a moment ago to years ago, any moment when everything was right, perfect, in that moment, for however long or short a time, in your mind's eye. See what you saw in that moment, the picture. Where is it in front of you? All round, colourful, black and white, moving or still, framed or panoramic? Close your eyes, that's right, close your eyes and see what you see. Are you in the picture or looking at it? Hear what you heard in that moment, feel what you felt. And where did you feel it? Where in your being? Was it a fragrance, a smell, or a taste? Relive that moment with all your senses. And now, double the size of the picture, turn up the volume, double the feeling.
Seeing how you can change the neurology of a person in such a short time.
You can do so much, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
You know, it shot me onto on a new level of confidence, and I'm very inspired by what's happened.
The important thing to remember is that they're looking at a past which has had a major influence on them. Now, you can't expect somebody of 5 or 3 or 2 or whatever to have the resources that they have today. And so the purpose of this new way of looking at the past for that individual is so that they can change the way they saw it and use the resources which they have now as a grown-up who's dealt with the challenges of life. To use those resources to alter the way they view their original experiences.
And it's not just the scars from childhood, is it? That more recent past, not so far behind us, the wounds of betrayal or cruelty, deception, disappointment, heartbreak or humiliation. Can we let these two distort our view of the world, or can these two be placed in perspective, processed and dealt with? Some might call this a life of suffering, but those same also say we cause that suffering for ourselves. Let me tell you, calling out from the depths of a veil of tears holds us in those depths, and we can leave them, and we can learn how.
What I'm taking away with me is a new set of everything, new ears, new eyes.
It's completely waking up my senses, because I have not yet in my life had that approach.
It felt like the first day of the rest of my life.
So we have the manual, we have the information, but we actually did things on a really practical level, lots of training, lots of practicing. And for me, that's how I really absorb and retain and understand information.
I came here with the expectations to look at another dimension of looking at Chad's diagnosis. I surpassed that after the first few days.
I came here with a few goals to achieve, and I have achieved many of them.
And a deeper understanding of myself, and a bunch of wonderful new friends.
Yes, thank you.
There's nothing there, nothing that we've been through this week that I thought I couldn't take that away and apply that in some way in my life.
And in fact, I feel confident to practice NLP after this course.